a little pup. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? It kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Shake a leg now, Wishbone, let's wag another tail. Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Come on, Wishbone, what's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone?
Bienvenida, Señora Julia.
Welcome back, Señora Julia.
Isn't that what I said?
I'm glad she's gonna be here on Sunday. This will be a great Mother's Day.
Absolutamente.
Oh, what are you getting him, Mom?
Something really nice. Come on.
Repita, por favor. ¿Cómo está usted?
¿Cómo está usted?
Estoy muy bien, gracias.
Wanda, Senora Julia does speak English. You know that.
Well, of course I do, Ellen. I just think we should take this opportunity to practice our Spanish.
Oh, that's what you've been speaking.
Joe, is Senora Julia related to you?
Practically.
Senora Julia lived nearby when Joe was born, and then she helped me out a lot when he was a baby.
And when my dad died, she came back and stayed with us for a while.
She's always been a very important part of our home.
She knew me before I could talk.
Is she from Spain?
No, Sam, she's from Mexico.
Ooh, I love Mexican food.
Well, I can't wait for you to meet her. She's really a great woman.
Una mujer grande.
Actually, Wanda, you just called Senora Julia a large woman.
¿Dónde está la casa de Pepe?
Whew, saved by the bell.
Senora Julia!
Ay, Joséito. Oh, Joe. I am so happy to see you. Mira qué grande. Señora Julia. Ay, qué linda. You're so beautiful. Señora Julia. Señora Wanda. ¿Cómo está?
Señora Wanda, muy bien, gracias. And your Spanish is perfecto.
Senora Julia! Senora Julia! Remember me?
Down, Wishbone.
Wishbone. Ay, qué perro tan guapo.
Come in.
Yeah, thank you.
How was your trip?
Oh, it was fine. I'm a little tired. But
Guapo, in case you didn't know, means good looking. I love her.
Senora Julia, these are my friends, David and Sam.
It's very nice to meet you.
Con mucho gusto.
Did you come all the way from Mexico?
No, dear, I drove in from Springfield, but I visit my family in Mexico every year. Joe, before I forget, I brought something for you about Mexico. Come, Mijo, I'll show you.
Let me see. Is it enchiladas? Oh, I know. Tamales. Hope you remember the hot sauce. Oh. Legends of Mexico.
The Legends of Mexico.
Very good, Joe.
It's my Mother's Day present to you. After all, it's your birth that makes Mother's Day possible, eh?
Thanks, Senora Julia.
Enjoy. I know you'll learn a lot.
Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. I happen to know there's more to Mexico than great food in Spanish class. Vamos a ver! Mexico is an exciting and ancient country in North America. It's just south of the United States. The story of Mexico begins at a cave. The first Mexicans were called Chichimex. They emerged from the earth's womb and they worshipped the sun. Chichimex means dog people. One tribe of Chichimex called themselves Aztecs. The Aztecs trekked for more than 200 years in search of a home. They were guided by the god of war, who spoke to their priest. The Aztec people were survivors. With nowhere else to go, they arrived at the shore of a lake in the Valley of Mexico. Their priest waited for a special sign from the god of war. There, at the water's edge, the priest beheld the sign for which he had waited. Atop a prickly pear cactus, an eagle screamed and devoured a serpent, spreading its wings to the sun. The Aztecs had found their home, and Mexico was born.
Ay, little Jose. Qué lindo.
That picture was taken right after Steve and I bought this house.
Yes, I remember.
What's this?
Oh, that's a little gift from Michael.
Ah, was Michael an admirer?
No, Michael Dunn is a very nice young man who works at the library, and I've been helping him with his college applications.
Michael lost his mother recently, and Ellen's become sort of a second mom to him.
Well, it's beautiful and very expensive, eh?
Yeah, I guess it is pretty nice.
Well, he's just a great kid. You'll get to meet him Sunday. I've asked him to join us. Well, that looks nice.
Oh, Ellen, the casserole.
Oh, that's right. Excuse us.
What a sweet boy.
Yeah, I've got something to show you tomorrow.
Vamos a almorzar.
Bueno.
Lunchtime!
Vamos, Wishbone. Ándale, Pedro.
That's right, Senora Julia. The dog has to eat too. Vamos a la cocina!
See that music box?
¡Qué belleza!
My mom loves it, and I'm gonna buy it for her. Let's go inside. Wishbone, stay here.
Take your time, pal. I'll just make chit-chat. So, where you from? What?
Good afternoon, sir. I'd like to buy that music box in the window.
You got it. Beautiful music, huh?
It's perfect.
Joe, that must be very expensive, eh?
Oh, don't worry.
That'll be $110, young man.
Virgen Santísima. No, sir, pardon us, but we're...
I'm fine, Senora Julia.
Joe, where did you get all that money?
Oh, it's my life savings. Minus $8. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sure my mom's gonna love it. Do you think so?
Let's sit down for a minute, Joe, huh? Jose, mi amor, I want to ask you a question. Is there any reason why you are spending all of your money like this?
What do you mean?
Does it have something to do with the present from Michael?
I don't know. Maybe. He's always so nice to her. I mean, I guess I don't want her to forget about me.
Let me tell you a story.
Story?
It's a very important story from Mexico about the most important mother in Mexico.
I'm all ears.
You must have heard of the Aztec people. They are part of my blood, a part of most Mexicans. They built their empire at Tenochtitlan, place of the cactus. It was a brilliant city, greater than Venice, greater than Rome. And on a hill named Tepeyac, they built a temple to the mother goddess. She was mother of all, creator and destroyer. The Aztecs were very warlike people, and they humbled the other tribes. But they were also very religious. They believed their calendar could tell them the future. The calendar said they were living in the age of the fifth sun. It told them that this was the last sun. Then the conquistadors came. They came with enemies of the Aztecs. And the fifth sun died. Los conquistadores destruyeron todo. They conquered the people, and they destroyed the temple of their mother. The Aztec people were like orphans. Not long after the conquest, some Aztecs began to accept the religion of the Spaniards. One of these Aztecs was Juan Diego. Every Saturday he walked over Tepeyac Hill on his way to hear Mass. But this December morning, something extraordinary happened.
Juan Diego.
Yes?
Juan was not scared. His heart was happy when he heard this voice. There, before his eyes, stood a maiden, absolutely perfect. And she spoke gently to Juan in the language of the Aztecs. Know, my dearest son, that I am the Virgin Holy Mary, Mother of God, yours and of all people who live in this land.
I will listen to those who trust in me, and I will cleanse and nurse all their sufferings.
Yes, my lady.
Go to the bishop. Tell him what you have seen here, and ask that he build a sacred house for me on this hill, so that I may intercede for all who ask.
I will, my lady.
Juan went straight to the home of the bishop. And after waiting for hours, he was admitted.
Bishop Zumarraga, I have seen Our Lady. She spoke to me. She looks like an Aztec. And she asks that you build her a sacred house on Tepeyac.
You must come again, my son, so that I may consider your situation more carefully.
Pobre Juan. He thought he had failed his mother.
Senor Julia, sorry to interrupt, but my mom will be home any minute.
Ay, qué horror! We told her we were going to be there. I am so tired. Estoy cansada. That was a long walk.
Hello? Mom? She's not here. I still want to hear the rest of that story.
Uh-oh.
Please don't be broken.
Well, fancy meeting you here again. And you brought lunch. Is that roast beef? Hey, I wasn't gonna eat it. I mean, not all of it.
Good afternoon, sir.
How can I help you? Say, you were in here yesterday, right?
Yes. I've got a small problem. I dropped the music box, and it fell on the floor, and now it won't play. I know you can't give me all my money back, but...
I'm sorry, son. I can't do anything with a broken music box.
Yes, sir. We understand, but But maybe you could do an exchange or...
Read the sign, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry I ate your chips.
I totally failed.
You did a very generous thing, Joe.
It's no big deal. I mean, Michael could give her something just as nice.
Joe, Michael's gifts are not the same.
Why?
Because you are Joe Talbot. You are your mother's son. And no one's love is more important to her. You've got to believe that.
Okay. Senora Julia, he's still not getting it.
I think that it's time that I finish my story. Remember that Juan Diego left the bishop feeling like he had totally failed.
He did not believe me, my lady. Please, send someone noble, someone respected. I am a man of no importance. Send someone else and he will build your sacred house.
You are my son, Juan Diego. I could have any messenger I want, but I have chosen you. Go back tomorrow.
The next day, Juan waited even longer to see the bishop. The bishop asked him many questions about his account. It was easy for Juan to answer.
I must ask, Juan, that you bring me a sign. A sign that Our Lady has indeed sent you. Then we may build the sacred house.
He told La Virgen what had happened, and she was pleased.
That is good, my son. Come back here tomorrow, and I will give you such a sign for the bishop. But do not forget, all you must do is love me and trust me, and I will take care of you.
Yes, my lady.
Juan returned to his home that night, only to find that his uncle had fallen sick and now lay dying. Juan's uncle needed him now.
I must hide from my lady this morning. First, I must find a priest for my uncle. Then I will return to her service.
So Juan took a different road, around the other side of the hill. Oh, but a mother knows better.
Where are you going, my son?
Dear lady, please forgive me, but my uncle is dying. Have patience while I send for a priest. Then I will return to you.
Juanito, am I not here? Are you not under my protection?
Yes, my lady.
I said I would take care of you. Believe me.
Juan was greatly relieved.
Then send me to the bishop.
Go to the top of the hill and gather together the flowers.
It was December, of course, not the season for flowers. But they bloomed for La Virgen. Here was proof for the bishop. La Virgen spread Juan's tilma on the ground. And Juan picked the flowers and gathered them on top. La Virgen took them in her precious hands and arranged them.
Here is your sign, my son.
Then she rolled the tilma and gave it back to him.
Your Excellency! Your Excellency, sir! I have carried out your orders. I have brought you a sign. Please, take it.
As he released his tilma, the flowers fell to the floor, and something miraculous happened. Our Lady had given her sign. And indeed, her love had healed Juan's uncle. La Virgen of Tepeyac soon became known as Our Lady of Guadalupe, and her sacred house was built. Juan Diego took care of it until the day he died. To this day, traditions from Europe and the Aztecs, the new and the old, come together every year on December 12th to celebrate the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Their survival together testifies to the miraculous and healing love of Our Lady. But none of this would have been possible without Juan Diego's love. He had to believe in the power of his love for his mother. I always stay close to Our Lady. I know that it makes a difference.
My mother's 102 years old, and I still call her every single day.
102 years old. Increíble.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible, but she's an incredible woman. You know, that story you just told, it was really beautiful.
It really was.
Take some old advice, young man. Just tell your mom how you feel about her. It's worth more than you'll ever know.
Hello! Don't forget to set a place for the dog.
Well, Michael must be running late.
Actually, Mom, I thought maybe now would be a good time to make my Mother's Day presentation.
Mother's Day presentation?
Sit down.
Oh.
Come on, sit down.
Exciting. This must be very elaborate.
Mother's Day is a really great day for me because I have 3 moms. I guess I'm spoiled. First, there's Senora Julia. She used to change my diapers, and that says a lot about a person. She doesn't live here anymore, but I still feel close to her. Then there's Miss Gilmore. She lives right next door, and whatever happens, it's always more fun when she's around. I'm glad she doesn't have other kids, other than me, of course. Oh yeah, then there's Mom. She lives here with me, and I love this house because my mom is here. And she always listens to whatever I have to say. And I love you, Mom.
Jeff was beautiful.
I want to hug him also. Well, wait for me too.
Is this a bad time?
Michael, welcome.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Michael.
Excuse me, do I know you?
Hey there, boy. The front door was open a crack, so I just let myself in. I hope that's okay.
No, I'm glad that you did. Please, you remember Wanda?
Oh, yes, hi.
And you've met the family dog?
And this is our dear friend, Julia Hinojosa.
Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
It's my pleasure.
Mom, before we eat, I've got something else to give you.
Must be my lucky day.
Don't get too excited. It doesn't really work.
The music box. Oh, Joe. Oh, I love this box.
Can I see that? Hey, Joe, I'm pretty good with mechanical things. What do you say you and I put our heads together and fix this for your mom?
That sounds great.
All right.
Entonces, vamos a comenzar la fiesta.
It's a wonderful idea, Senora Wanda.
Thanks.
Things always work out, Joe. Ándale. Vamos, Wishbone. It's not a party without you. Ándale.
Sí, señora. And this part of the story is called El Fin. Hasta luego, amigos. Michael, you're in my spine. Hello. Un buen cuento es una obra de arte. That's Spanish. It means a good story is a work of art. I agree. But what about the reverse? Can a work of art tell a good story? You bet! Some of Mexico's greatest stories have been told through art, in mural form. What is a mural, anyway?
A mural is a narrative device that is used to tell a story pictorially.
In other words, a mural is a big picture that tells a story, like the history of Tenochtitlan. Mural comes from the Latin word murus, which means wall. That's because murals are usually painted on walls. Murals are an important part of Mexican culture and storytelling. If you want to learn more about Mexican literature and history, visit your local library. I'll see you at the biblioteca. That's library in Spanish.